Crocodiles have been around for a really long time, like way longer than humans. Some are not very big and like eating fish, while others prefer hunting large animals. The big ones are some of the largest reptiles alive today, and unfortunately, a few of them may attack people. About 1,000 folks get killed by crocodiles each year, but it's usually just a few types that are the troublemakers. In today's video, we'll talk about some of the most dangerous crocodiles and the places where they cause the most harm. These creatures have been doing their thing for millions of years, and it's fascinating to learn about their different habits and the risks they pose to humans in certain areas. Stay tuned for some interesting facts about these ancient predators. Let's talk about the American crocodile, which is a type of crocodile you can find in many places in the Americas. It's the most common of the 4 kinds of crocodiles that live there. You can see them in places like South Florida, all the way down to countries like Peru and Venezuela, and even on some islands in the Caribbean. These crocodiles like to live in water that's not too salty or too fresh. They usually hang out in places like mangrove swamps and lakes that have a mix of salty and fresh water. American crocodiles are pretty big animals. Some of them can grow to be about 20 feet long and weigh up to 2,000 pounds. The ones you find in Florida are usually smaller than that, but the ones in Central America can be even bigger. American crocodiles are big predators and eat both in water and on land. They like to munch on things like shellfish, fish, birds, mammals, and other reptiles. Every now and then, they might go after humans, but that's not common. If American crocodiles were fiercer, they could be some of the scariest crocs in the world. Lucky for us, they are not as mean as some other kinds of crocodiles, so attacks on people don't happen a lot.
I'm going to get my camera, but I'm closing the door. Yeah.
Costa Rica is a place where American crocodile attacks sometimes occur, and sadly, there was a deadly one recently. A guy from Costa Rica who played soccer went for a swim in a river. Out of nowhere, a huge American crocodile attacked him. People watching couldn't rescue him, but in the end, someone had to shoot the crocodile to stop it. Even though this was a really scary attack, American crocs don't usually go after humans. That's why they are ranked 4th in this video. And there are 3 more types of crocodiles that we'll talk about later. Let's talk about another type of crocodile called the mugger crocodile. These crocodiles are not as big as some others, like the American crocodile. They live in places with fresh water, like marshes, lakes, and rivers. You can often find them hanging out on the banks of big rivers. Mugger crocodiles eat almost anything that comes into the water, but they're also comfortable on land. When it's dry, they can walk for many miles to find water and food. They're pretty smart too. Some have been seen using tricks to catch birds. They balance sticks and branches on their heads to attract birds looking for nesting materials. By the time the birds realize what's going on, it's too late. These crocodiles grow to about 5 meters long and weigh up to 700 kilograms. They're found in southern Iran, all the way to the Indian subcontinent. Mugger crocodiles are responsible for about 10 to 20 deaths every year, which might surprise you because they usually don't eat the people they attack. Just under half of these attacks end in death. It seems these crocodiles attack more to protect their territory or themselves rather than to hunt for food. Most of these incidents occur in the Rapti River that flows through Chitwan National Park. While the park is a good place to see mugger crocodiles, it's also where many attacks happen, especially targeting fishermen or people who rely on the river for their livelihoods. These crocodiles are known for their aggressive behavior, making them feared throughout the Indian subcontinent, ranking them 3rd in terms of danger. Now, let's talk about the saltwater crocodile, which holds the title of the largest crocodile species globally. Despite its name, it mainly inhabits brackish waters and can be found across Southeast Asia and northern Australia. The saltwater crocodile is the biggest reptile alive today. It can grow up to about 6.3 meters long and weighs around 1.5 tons. This crocodile is a top predator that eats a lot of meat and often hunts by surprising its prey and then holding it underwater until it can't breathe. It eats almost any animal that comes into its territory, even farm animals in places where people live nearby. This can cause problems between crocodiles and humans, especially because people have hunted them too much in the past. Saltwater crocodiles are one of the only animals that actively hunt humans as food. If one catches you, your chances of getting away are very low. Even though many people think of saltwater crocodiles as being mostly in Australia, most attacks actually happen in Indonesia. About half of the time when a saltwater crocodile attacks, it kills its victim. But strangely, in Australia, only about a quarter of attacks are deadly. Bangor Island is a small but dangerous place when it comes to saltwater crocodile attacks. Indonesia, where Bangor Island is located, has the highest number of saltwater crocodile attacks globally. Over the past decade, there have been about 1,000 attacks in Indonesia alone, resulting in the loss of 450 lives. Shockingly, nearly 90 of these attacks occurred specifically on Bangor Island. One major reason for this high number of attacks is the tin mining industry. After mining, large pools of water are left behind, creating a perfect habitat for crocodiles. Unfortunately, locals often have to cross these pools as part of their daily routines, putting them at risk of encountering these dangerous predators. Despite being the largest crocodile species, saltwater crocodiles rank as the second deadliest. The deadliest species can be found in Africa. Thus, while Bangor Island may be small, it poses significant risks due to its high incidence of crocodile attacks, driven in part by human activities like mining. The Nile crocodile is a big reptile that lives in rivers and lakes in Africa. You can find them in 26 countries in Africa. They mostly live in places like Eastern, Southern, and Central Africa. These crocodiles are really big. They can grow to be about 6 meters long and weigh up to a ton. Even the girl crocodiles, called females, are huge. Nile crocodiles are hunters, and they eat whatever they can find. They are really good at catching animals, and they are one of the fiercest kinds of crocodiles. They like to eat big animals that come near the water, like antelopes, but they know better than to mess with hippos and elephants. Even though there are bigger crocodiles out there, Nile crocodiles are the most dangerous. They attack people more often than any other kind of crocodile. In a year, they can attack anywhere from 275 to 745 times, and more than half of the time, those attacks are deadly. That means they kill about 133% more people than the biggest saltwater crocodiles do. Gustav was a very famous crocodile. He lived in a place where crocodiles often attacked people. Some people say he killed a lot of people, maybe as many as 200 or 300, but we can't be sure about the exact number. People in that area talked about Gustav like he was a legend. They tried many times to catch him, but they never could. Then one day, Gustav disappeared. People aren't sure what happened to him. Maybe someone shot him, or maybe he just died of old age. Either way, Gustav was a crocodile that scared a lot of people.
It's the video that lit up the internet today. An alligator nearly as long as an SUV, sauntering from one marsh to another.
If you know about any other crocodiles that could be in this video, tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. If you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Goodbye for now.